Welcome back to Local Garden Queens. Going to do another tour of the garden today. There's some issues in the garden I'd like to show you. Let's start. Of course, the comfrey plant not giving any problems. The front raised beds. You got the eggplant. It looks like it's trying to grow some new leaves in the bottom here and the top as well. Zucchini doing good, and so is the dill, flowering very nice. Can't wait to get some seeds off that. And you have the other dill here doing the same, but underneath here's the problem. So we have zucchini. I think this is squirrel damage. I can't think of any other animal that would do this. There's really nothing around besides birds. To me, it looks like squirrels. They love chewing on things. I didn't think they would chew on leaves, but they pretty much completely mowed down the plant. Of course, I'm hoping it'll survive, sprout new leaves, but even if it does, definitely a huge setback for this plant anyway. We have some mint here and some weeds mixed in, which I can easily pull out. And the cucumbers in the back. So the cucumber with the yellow flowers here is starting to get going a little bit. And this one as well, it's starting to climb. You could see it's grabbing on to the trellis here. Black Eye Susan in the back, and of course the cilantro with seeds. So one of the other issues in this back trellis is these two cucumber plants. Now this one here doesn't look too bad. It's going, but this one, it hasn't looked good at all since the beginning. Actually, the leaves, you can see the purple veins and the yellowing in some spots of the leaves and the light green. So I really think there's a water issue here, because I noticed a couple of days ago I let the garden dry out a little bit, and this plant actually looked pretty good. I think the purple was going away, and then after I watered it, next day I came back to take a look and the purple was back. So I don't know what's going on with that part of the garden, but I think there's too much water retention there. I'm gonna try to cut back on the watering in that area, and I'll see what happens. So let's move on past the rose bush and the Black Eye Susans here. We have the yellow squash plant, which is doing good. And the other yellow squash plant, it wasn't doing as good as the one I just showed, but a couple of days ago, I saw some leaves chopped off as well, like the other plant I just showed. Again, I think it's squirrel damage. That this plant looks like it's having some pest pressure, judging by the leaves here. So I'll see what happens. Hopefully it survives. Mint is flowering. You can see nice mint flowers. And you have the kale here. We have the green onion bed. I actually harvested a little bit more kale. And of course the cilantro leaning over, full of seeds. Let's take a look. These seeds will be ready when they're like a brownish gray color, when they're dried up, when they look dried up anyway. More kale, and of course the Cuban oregano, looking very healthy. And on the side here, the herbs area, we have the oregano flowering. You can see the oregano flowers. And the fennel flowering as well. Of course, the jalapeno plant looking good. Leaves are getting eaten, but the 2 jalapenos are there, and I'm hoping to see more jalapenos. These 2 look like it might be something. It looks like it was pollinated. I'll see if the plant tries to produce more. Overall, the plant looks okay. And of course, the currant bush. It's looking all right. It looks like it's starting to suffer from the effects of heat, since the plant here has dried up. The leaves have dried up, and it's exposed now, and it definitely has gotten much hotter. In my previous video, I talked about cleaning this up, chopping it all down, and just mulching underneath the currant. I haven't done it yet, but I would like to do it eventually, and I think I will probably sometime next week. I don't plan on doing any work over the weekend in the garden because we have heat warnings. It's going to be pretty much as hot as it gets here in the tri-state area. Temperatures are forecast to be in the upper 90s, close to 100, and humid conditions, which will bring the heat indices, forecast heat indices to 105, between 105 and 110. I think it was about 4 days ago I added more grass clippings, because the first layer, it was beginning to compress down, and it wasn't enough of a protection, I felt, so I added more. Great timing, I guess, since the big heat is coming. Also, we got very heavy rains about 2 days ago, and I think that's one of the reasons why that cucumber plant there is having so much trouble. But I don't plan on watering the garden through the heat. We're supposed to get rain in about 3 days, and I'm really looking forward to how well the mulch protects the plants as far as the moisture goes. So I'll definitely keep you updated on that. As always, like, share, subscribe, leave comments, and thanks for watching.